I'm excited to tell you about some amazing news in agriculture. A brilliant biologist at UWM has just won a $2.4 million grant to find a new way to treat crop diseases without antibiotics. It's pretty groundbreaking. Have you ever imagined a world where we can protect our crops without contributing to human antibiotic resistance? Professor Qinghong Yang from UWM has discovered a natural compound, Radiuagro A, sourced from a bacterium which could revolutionize how we combat crop diseases. Exciting, right? Let me tell you more. Professor Yang's research shows that Radiuagro A, produced by the bacterium Pseudomonas soli strain, can be as effective as human antibiotics. The best part, this eco-friendly treatment won't harm those enjoying the fruits of farmers' labor. But wait, there's more. This natural compound fights pathogens and boosts the tree's immunity. Now, that's a win-win for crop yields and sustainable agriculture, and it gets better. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is backing this innovation with a $1 million grant through its Organic Transit program. They're testing Radiuagro A against fire blight in apple trees. For organic farmers, this could be a game changer for treating infections where alternatives are scarce. But that's not all. A second grant of $1.4 million from the USDA's National Institute of Food and Agriculture is dedicated to exploring Radiuagro A's efficacy in combating citrus greening in orange trees. This disease has devastated U.S. orange production since 2005. Citrus greening is a significant threat, and Professor Yang is teaming up with collaborators at the University of Florida to tackle this issue head-on. The potential impact on orange crop yields is enormous. To bring this innovative solution to the market, Professor Yang founded T3 Bioscience. This startup holds the patent for the compound, promising a future where sustainable agriculture meets innovation. Get ready for a dose of this. Mexico and Chile have referred the Israel-Hamas conflict to the International Criminal Court, ICC, over potential crimes. The situation is escalating, and both nations express growing concern. After months of war between Israel and Hamas, Mexico and Chile are voicing worry over the violence. The ICC referral focuses on possible crimes committed during this conflict, adding a new layer to the complex situation. Hamas launched a surprise attack in Israel, resulting in civilian casualties and hostages. The Israeli retaliation on Gaza has drawn international attention, especially concerning the impact on civilians, including children. As of Thursday, Gaza's death toll has reached 24,620, with concerns about more lives under the rubble. Mexico emphasizes the ICC as the proper forum to investigate potential criminal responsibility, regardless of the involved parties. Israel, not a member of the ICC, rejects its jurisdiction. However, the ICC prosecutor asserts jurisdiction over potential war crimes by both Hamas and Israelis. Mexico cites UN reports detailing incidents that could fall under the ICC's jurisdiction. Chile's foreign minister expresses interest in supporting the investigation into possible war crimes, emphasizing a commitment to justice. Both Mexico and Chile are closely watching the case presented by South Africa, accusing Israel of genocide in Gaza. Get ready for a dose of this. Analysis suggests Russia might be gearing up for a new offensive, and the stakes are high for Kyiv. On the ground, Moscow's forces have intensified attacks, making territorial gains. Ukrainian troops shift to active defense, but questions arise about their readiness. Are they ill-prepared to face a potential Russian spring offensive? Leaders from both sides remain steadfast. Putin predicts a serious blow to Ukrainian statehood, while Zelensky vows to liberate all Russian-occupied territories. The rhetoric is intense, But do their military capabilities match? Equipment and manpower become critical. Russia displays firepower in airstrikes, while Ukraine faces ammunition shortages. Both struggle with mobilization issues, and questions loom over the impact on their economies. Foreign aid plays a crucial role. Russia benefits from Iranian and North Korean support, strengthening its war effort. On the flip side, Ukraine's dependence on aid faces uncertainties, impacting its defense against Russian aggression. Security cooperation agreements emerge. The UK-Ukraine deal promises assistance, deterrence, and support for Euro-Atlantic integration. France plans a similar pact. Will these commitments deter a major Russian counteroffensive? Brace yourselves for this one. The situation in Gaza, where the Israeli military's relentless bombardment has left thousands displaced. Azmi Keshawi, Crisis Group's Gaza-based researcher, provides a first-hand account of the unfolding tragedy. Azmi's voice messages from the war zone unveil the harsh reality faced by Palestinians. With electricity cut off and communication hindered, these messages are a lifeline to the outside world. The struggle for survival in Gaza comes down to luck as families navigate the destruction and chaos. Azmi Keshawi, a seasoned reporter in Gaza, has witnessed conflicts before, but this war is unparalleled. Since October 7th, over 29,000 air and missile strikes have devastated Gaza, claiming the lives of more than 23,000 Palestinians. The blockade imposed by Israel compounds the humanitarian crisis, leading to severe shortages of essential supplies. Families in Gaza, driven from their homes, face unimaginable challenges. Azmi's own experiences highlight the stark choices people must make, leaving cherished homes to seek safety. The war's impact is not just measured in numbers, but in the personal stories of loss, survival, and resilience. The reasons behind the decision to stay or leave are complex. Historical trauma, the unpredictability of the conflict, and financial constraints force many to endure the unimaginable. Azmi's account sheds light on the difficult choices faced by those caught in the crossfire. Now, turning our attention to Lufthansa, the German airline, is really excited about the growth happening in India. It's actually becoming their fastest growing major market. Chief Commercial Officer Heiko Reitz shared that India's growth outpaces other destinations, so Lufthansa is redirecting capacity from other places. Currently, their flight capacity to India stands at an impressive 14% higher than pre-COVID levels. India is really experiencing an aviation renaissance, as it's the world's fifth largest civil aviation market, with domestic passenger traffic expected to double and record plane orders. The skies are bustling. Lufthansa operates 64 weekly flights to India, reflecting their confidence in this booming market. To tap into this growth, Lufthansa plans to reintroduce its Airbus A380 aircraft to India, setting the stage for competition with a revamped Air India. The competition is heating up, with both airlines investing heavily to provide top-notch services. India's ambitious plans include becoming a regional aviation hub, and the government is investing $12 billion in airport development. Reitz, addressing competition concerns, emphasizes that India's expansive growth leaves room for many airlines to thrive and expand their routes. Let's take a moment to explore this. France has decided to help Ukraine by supplying them with high-precision AASM hammer bombs. This has made Russia concerned, but France's defense minister, Sébastien Lecornu, has announced that they will be delivering 50 of these bombs every month. These bombs have been designed to work with Soviet-era aircraft and will help increase Ukraine's military capabilities. The precision standoff design of these bombs is causing some tension, with some pro-war Russian sources labeling it as the biggest threat in the current geopolitical climate. To support Ukraine, further in their fight for freedom. France has also increased the delivery of artillery shells and supplied 6 Caesar howitzers. The Ukrainian government is very grateful for this support. Brace yourselves for this one. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has refused the US government's request to reduce its military operations in Gaza or consider a Palestinian state after the war. This disagreement has further strained the relationship between the two allies, causing the White House to respond quickly. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken has stressed the importance of a Palestinian state for Israel's genuine security. However, Netanyahu, in a televised conference, has remained firm in his stance, promising to continue the campaign until Hamas has been completely defeated. As international demands for a ceasefire increase, Netanyahu is facing criticism for the high number of civilian casualties and the slow pace of the offensive. The US is pushing for the revival of the Palestinian Authority and steps towards establishing a Palestinian state, which has intensified the diplomatic standoff. The impact of the war is being felt across the region as conflicts escalate in Lebanon and Yemen. The Middle East has become a volatile arena, with Iran targeting Israeli interests, adding a new layer of complexity to the crisis. Shifting our focus to this one, the Biden administration has recently redesignated the Yemeni rebel group called the Houthis as specially designated global terrorists, SDGT. This new label aims to restrict funds and support for the group, which is meant to curb their actions in the Red Sea. However, some experts believe that the impact of this move may be limited, since the Houthis have limited access to international markets and funds from abroad. There are some legal nuances to consider when comparing SDGT with foreign terrorist organization, but the evolving political situation in Yemen may cause the country to face challenges in receiving humanitarian aid, which could impact millions of people in need. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken claims that the move aims to halt Houthi attacks, but there are doubts about its effectiveness. The Houthis have stated that they will continue their stance and are challenging the redesignation.